Hello everyone, I am doing this reading on a bit of a caveat question. I've seen it pop up, so I thought I would be interested to see what the cards have to say. Just make sure the mic is okay. And it's basically a question around, the jabs. And I'm using that word intentionally, are they a form of ritual sacrifice? And at first I felt like this is a silly question, but the way things work to control us, I thought maybe I check what the cards say. In addition to that, children was coming through, and I don't know why I was getting pulled to the US, that certain parts of the US, and you'll have to let me know if this would be the US, but that's where I'm getting pulled. Like, there might be states where they don't force kids to have jabs or certain jabs or, whatever it is. There's something there, and I'm not really sure why that came through. So I want to see what the cards say, and I've got this deck because this is one of the decks that I got at the time of doing for the Madeleine McCann, and I feel like it's really, really appropriate to see what we get. I'm not reminded, but it came through, and it probably is a saying, is that the greatest trick the devil did was to convince the world that he doesn't exist. And I'm sure it must be a saying because it feels like it's running smoothly on my tongue, but I just can't remember where I've probably read it from. So firstly, I want to see the energy of the person who's posted this, to see if they actually believe it or if they just posted because, social media kind of thing. And then we will do our own. So the energy behind I'll take this bottom one, okay? Okay, so I had asked for a certain suit of cards, one to pop out if they truly believe in it. And it seems like they're quite naive in what they've posted and what they believe. If I look at this, what I was getting around children is probably correct. I said children was coming through to me. This person, though, is not a bad person. This person is trying to look for the positive side of life and not trying to bring out the dark essence of life. However, they don't fully believe in what they're asking. And you might say, well, they're asking it, but it's more like a statement, right? When you make that, it's more like a statement the way I saw it. So we're not, for me, I don't see someone bad energy, but I'm not sure the person really would understand, even if it was a yes, what that meant. So let's put these on the side. So now what I want to do is pull a tarot asking, because there are the sad outcomes of the jabs, are these a form of ritual sacrifice? Now, don't forget, I think a while back I looked into the word pharmaceuticals. Remind me, I will look into it again, because I think it has a breakdown meaning, and I think it means like a mix of rugs, which to me gives you like a cocktail. When you think, okay, that's a cocktail that you're going to put in your body or get jabbed with. Okay. So let's see. This is probably going to be a short one. It will be a short one. So tell us about jabs overall and sacrifice. Tell us the energy around the jabs and this question. The key is within your grasp. I knew 4 was going to come out. I think I had that recently for a sign. Challengeability. Okay, sacrifice. You cannot, you cannot get a, yeah. Look how many cards there is. I didn't even notice, right? So doable. It is possible. Like if you're thinking this is a bit wacky woo-woo, no, it's possible. It's doable. Number 4 is the stability of our lives. It's our lives being stable. We've got 2 and 8 is sacrifice. Okay, it's saying what can you let go of, but 2 and 8 is number 10. It's your ending. Okay, and we've got the word sacrifice. Doable, sacrifice. So for me, that is a strong yes. Okay. So now I want to pull on the tarot, and I'm going to go with this tarot. This tarot deck I've got out because I'm going to do part 2 of Mickey Stein's. That part 1 was so weird when I finished. Like it seemed like I went into a trance with it. Like I forgot where I was. I forgot that I was doing it really late at night. I thought that, it was until I was finishing, I was like, oh my God, it's dead late. It's, I started dead late. I know that, but like usually I'm aware that, okay, now it means that I'm going to be done by this time. It was like I did a time lapse or a trance, and at the same time I was sat thinking, am I channeling enough? And it's not that I wasn't fully channeling. I'm not saying that, but I kept saying to myself, are you channeling enough, or I must have been in a bit of a trance of channeling some stuff. So I'm not sure. I do want to pull cards though, because his cards did confuse me a bit, like for what he's known with. And then you don't always get the devil out, do you? There you go. Oh, there we go. We tie it round. So this may be why Spirit's bringing me to say that. The greatest trick the devil did was to convince the world he didn't exist, and that's why the card didn't come out on Judge Mullins. Wow. Okay, all right, so that's why. Okay, this reading's turning into a bit more interesting than we thought. I hope you're still with me. Okay, so let's look at the are these jabs a form of ritual sacrifice? 2 of Cups, and that's like the jab, the person that gives the jab, the person comes into one. Spirit wants me to take this for the current. Four of Cups in reverse. It's so interesting. It was upright for the present moment, but look, we get that and that as well. And I do want to kind of the truth being revealed here, the heartbreaking truth that's being revealed. So let's just go through this. In the past, I get the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups is our lost card. Okay, it's not being able to see it clearly, but there's loss here. So obviously the sacrificial. And here we get the Kings of it. Now, when I saw this king, I was directly reminded by Spirit in my first question when I asked the energy of the lady with this tarot, or the person. I don't know if it's a lady. I keep saying lady. It might be a lady who may have suggested this or asked this question. Whoever I saw had posted the question for some reason. It popped up for me, probably to do this reading. I asked for a pentacle suit, at least one, to come out for me to have the confirmation that I wanted on an answer to elaborate further should it be down that road. And here I get the pentacle, which is the suit. The pharmaceutical companies in the present moment that are kings, okay, are still winning around things, although we are not going to be melancholy in the future. We see the truth. We see the heartbreak that it's brought and the grief that it's brought. And some of us, okay, also are taking our power back. This is what I was thinking about earlier, like channeling through, is that we will claim our power back if they try to push us in a certain direction. And again, Spirit is reminding me that there are certain states that, so it doesn't matter where you're watching this in the UK, that are not forcing kids to have jabs, and I don't know what that is about. And I'm pulled to probably look up Florida for some reason as a that might have some kind of state law that seems to be more allows you to claim your ownership more and not to be controlled. I don't know what the word I need to bring in forward, but I'll see. Anyway, so here it's, the letting go of feeling depressed and loss of hope and the loss and not seeing things clearly. It's the clear grief that it's caused. So the truth of the matter really coming through. Straight out the bat. So I asked for the Empress to confirm that this would apply for other countries, and for example the UK, who really cracked us down, and that is the confirmation. That is the exact card that I asked for, so we get confirmation there. Now truths will continue to come out. We've got the Moon. Truths will continue to come out. Some are like, will say, yes, I've reclaimed my power, but then when they start putting pressure on certain stuff, they fall into the fear again, and they'll isolate at home for whatever born thing that might come up, but then they'll fall into the trap of being feared again. And sometimes you're pushed into it where you've got no choice, like if you need to travel, you're working in the sector, and that's how they did it in the UK. So that's what I get there. I want to ask one more question. I want to ask RFK, is he cracking down on this BS around some of the health stuff that's that is not been in our favor, regardless if he's doing whatever job. The reason I say whatever job, is because I got a question in the Global Psychic Predictions, which I did answer. Will he be out? And I think it might be, I don't know why the person's asking, but I got the energy that they're not happy with him. And I wonder if this is because of funding as opposed to anything else. But I don't know. I just predicted when I could see him being out. Okay, so my question now is, so he's neither here or there, right? He seems to be holding on to some stuff, and it seems like he's stopped in a certain way. He's waiting on the moment where he can really put out there what he knows underneath. So he knows a lot more, right? Is there dark to anything he's not? Is it darkness within him? He's also like playing a little bit, and with the humanity and with the healthcare. No, I don't get a no. I don't get a yes there either. I actually get that he is very heart-centered. And he does want to tell the truth, right? He wants to the swords, but there is something holding him back. We get it here on is he doing good for humanity? I don't get my confirmation card until the end, but I get like there's a holding back, but whatever he's doing is for the good of humanity. There's nothing bad about it, but he seems to be a bit tied by certain things. Now the Knight of Wands is being held back again, of how much he is actually emotionally invested in this, and how much he can, of his emotional investment and passion for this as well, how much he actually can tell the truth on. So he's letting things out, I think, letting things out in the right timing, and it seems like he's always waiting for that right timing to say what he can. But there is a lot more manipulation, a lot more undercoverted stuff that he's aware of, and of course not everything is aware of, but he does want to say a lot more. So that's what I get on RFK as well. How interesting was this? So the question has been answered by Spirit. We got questions, we got answers, and I hope you enjoyed this. So take care, stay blessed, and I will see you in the next one, everyone. Bye for now.